so we're going to talk about the advanced and talk specifically about smart networks. So, to make it simple for me, I'm going to show you a video instead, and that explains all the features. I will go a little bit in detail afterwards, but the video will tell a story. Okay, so I was focusing on smart networks. So the advanced is more than just smart networks. It has three main areas of improvements. Smart networks, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. It's also not only about getting more capacity in the traditional sense. You have the explosion of smartphones where you need more connection capacity. That's also one example of improvement for the advanced. And the advanced is not the only way that gives this performance. A lot of things can be done already in DVD or AE and MD and so forth to get these more connection capacity for all these small data bursts that's being sent or to keep alive devices and so forth. The third part of it is new devices. But overall, the whole idea here is to leverage the existing investment and get more capacity out of it by exploiting uneven load. And do that by software upgrades. So new devices are not necessary, but it gives even better performance. And the new devices, one example of it is enhanced equalizer that also exploits this uneven network load. So smart networks, what is it? Or before I forget it, we have demos here going on too on smart networks. So if you look at the video, there are 5 different areas of smart network techniques that we show. Load balancing was one feature, and that is actually demonstrated at the Ericsson booth if you want to see the actual demo. So the whole idea between smart networks is to exploit the network load that is uneven and changes continuously. And it changes during the day, it changes for location. You can have heavy loaded cells surrounded by light loaded cells. and that changes during the day. So if you can utilize this capacity better, you can improve the overall network capacity. You can introduce that like a concept. Traditionally, I think we have looked a lot about improving the capacity when you have 100% load in the networks. But that's not what you see in networks. The other aspect of the improvement here is to focus on things you can do with software upgrades, without any new hardware, and also see what you can do with existing devices. So if you look at the features that we call smart techniques, most of them work with existing devices. It's only software upgrades. And I think the video explained this feature pretty well, so I'm not planning to go over the features, but at least three of the features here work with existing devices. We also have a feature that they require new devices at the bottom, and it's quite interesting feature that is an extension to multi-carrier. Instead of aggregating carriers from different frequencies, you aggregate from two different cells, or two different base stations, to improve the cell edge and also get some load balance. So what it does is really to get more capacity when and where it's needed by exploiting this uneven load. And it obviously then enhances the user experience because you get higher data rates. Even if you not have a new, even devices that are utilizing the unused capacity help other devices because they get better user experience as well. So what about where it's applicable? It's applicable for all kind of network deployments. You can have a macro network. It's also very suitable for head nets, where you have a mix of small cells. A lot of the features you saw in the video are actually helping the kind of cell edge performance more utilizing that better, especially at the hotspot deployments. And that's what you see a lot in picocells. And not all features work for all scenarios, but it works for single carrier networks, one carrier deployments. I think you saw two features, for instance, the network load balancing, the single carrier multi-link feature works for that. Multiple RevA carriers, most of the other feature works when you have multiple RevA carriers. It also works when you have multi-carrier. So it's an evolution beyond RevA or RevB, but RevB multi-carrier is not necessary. It's necessary to get the benefits of the advanced. It's about exploiting the uneven load to get more capacity when and where needed. So where are we in terms of commercialization? We have, from Qualcomm side, we have released the firmware last year that supports all the smart network techniques, supported on all the CSMs that are available. And just to make one point more, with the hardware upgrade in RevB, there's more capacity that can be gained as well. The CSM 6800, 6850 have interference cancellation. And that's something that also alleviates smartphone traffic, interference cancellation of pilots, for instance, and also general traffic as well. The standard was published last year, so we are ready to commercialize the video. And I think in the panel later on we will hear from the infra-vendors when exactly we will see the products. So I said that everything here works with existing devices and software upgrade. That's sort of the focus. But with new devices, it can get even better. And this is one example of one device that sort of is in the same kind of smart network technique category. It looks a bit complicated, simpler than it looks. It's all about exploiting the uneven load and burst of traffic. Today, if you look at the receiver you have, might assume that you have uniform loading and do some miscalculation on the estimation of the channel. And if you take into account that the traffic is uneven and bursty, you can get even better performance. So you see on the right side here, if you have more uneven load, you get even better performance. And that's what you typically see in real networks. Uneven is not 100% load everywhere. So that's one example that it's getting even better with new devices. I think I've used my 10 minutes. So I don't have a summary slide, but the advance is really about exploiting the uneven load in the networks with smart networks techniques, with software upgrade to get more capacity of the existing investments. Possible to use existing devices, doesn't require existing new devices, but new devices would get even better performance. So that's, I guess, my 10 minutes.